Hey champions, what's up with you? Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. That is hashtag Vinay's Vision, and I'm your personal auxiliary Vinay Panekar, tuning up right back with another important video. In this video, we are going to talk about this lovely paper which is going to be coming for you all day after tomorrow, and I pray to God that paper would be easy. If it would not be easy, still it would be definitely easy, because say why. I want to tell you that science to paper is not about how it was of science 1, in which you are supposed to write on everything word to word as what you have studied. In science to paper, question seems to be so easy कि आप इस पेपर के अंदर जो आपको पूछा गया है उसको आप अपने नॉलेज में, अपने लैंग्वेज में भी लिखोगे, या इन वट एवर वेज यू अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट, अगर आप वो अपने सेल्फ रिटन एक्सप्लेनेशन के तरीके से भी लिखोगे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आपको पूरे ही मार्क्स मिलेंगे. But the thing is, you need to be practically correct what you are writing over here, and theoretically, if the words doesn't goes as what is written in the textbook, it's still okay. It's all right. It's understandable. It is understanding. All right. ये बात clear हो गया आपको? मैं आपको बता दूं कि जब आप साइंस का पेपर सॉल्व करोगे, हर क्वेश्चन एक यूनिक एक एबिलिटी लेके आता है. आपको उस यूनिकनेस के ऊपर ऐसा स्टैंड उतरना है कि आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि मैं किस तरीके से पेपर को लिखने वाला हूँ. फिलहाल मैं आपको पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन का वीडियो दे रहा हूँ. नेक्स्ट वीडियो मेरा रहेगा कि मैंने किस तरीके से 2020 के पेपर को प्रेजेंट किया है. आप वो वीडियो भी देखना, ये वीडियो भी देखना, और चैंपियन बुक अगर आपने अब तक नहीं लिया है तो डेफिनेटली प्लीज लीजिए, बिकॉज साइंस 2 का एक्सेसिव कंटेंट है उसके अंदर जो आपको डेफिनेटली हेल्प करेगा. पूरे टाइम साइंस के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स उसके अंदर आएंगे, एंड साइंस 1 के पेपर के जैसा जो भी मैंने आपको बताया था वो सब आया था, टेक्स्ट बुक के इंपॉर्टेंस से लेकर बीच बीच के पेपर सॉल्यूशन के क्वेश्चंस भी. तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप मेरे वीडियोस टोटली देखें एंड उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहें, बिकॉज ऑलमोस्ट मैं आपकी हेल्प करने के लिए यहाँ पर हूँ. एंड या सो हियर वी स्टार्ट विद आवर पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन. On the first page, you write on necessary information which you have been guided up since so long. Now on the very first page, you will be getting an MCQ pattern in which MCQ are supposed to write in terms of question and answer both. How did you guys write down the MCQs yesterday? Question and answer both? Very good of you all. Because in the first page, if you're just writing number 1 and only option, it seems to be very pathetic, because it feels like it's blank. So writing question along with answer and option is what is something I expect out of all of you, and give a nice presentation. All right. Then when we move on to the next page, you will be getting 5 objective questions on which you are again supposed to write down the answer. If the answer is in the form of true or false, you will include the given statement is true. If the answer is in the form of correlation, you will write it down in the way that's how it is written over here. But make sure in correlation you always underline what is the important word which they have asked you to write down. Alright? Without underlining, it makes no sense, so underline it. Alright? There are certain people, there are certain examiners who feel pity on you all if you do such blunder mistakes, and they try to rectify it. But certain examiners are so bad that they do not even rectify it, they'll directly cancel your marks. So at the very first step, try to be cautious. Alright? Then when we move on to the next page, we have got question over here in the form of give reason. Give reason, I have always been telling you, make sure that whatever you are writing, underline the main important words, because without underlining, it doesn't seem that what is important in the whole answer with what you have written. Alright? So underline the important words, write only 2 to 3 points or 4 points justifying your give reasons, and which is what will help you gain 2 marks. Alright. Then we have got 3 questions and give reason. You can attempt all the 3, even if they are asking attempt any 2, because any 3 with the options will be, will bring the fortune into your favors. So I want that to be happening. Alright. Then we move on to the next question, that is distinguish between. While we talk about distinguish between, lovely and in a presentable manner you can write it down, like how in the science and paper you have got a very easy distinguish between mass and weight. There are chances they can ask you butterfly and what? Bat. Yeah, there are chances they can ask you many other distinguish between, which comes into my mind. I guess right now that's non-renewable source of energy, conventional and non-conventional, etc., etc. Make sure whatever you are writing, you include it in a box. Write down point-wise everything, not more than 4 points if they're asking you for 2 marks. And probably they'll ask you for 2 marks only, so not more than 4 points is expected. But 4 points has to be so super stronger that you end up getting full 2 marks. Alright? Then we write down the and distinguish between, there's a pointer over here, and the distinguish between after completion of point on both the sides. Then leave a line and write next. Alright, you're supposed to leave a line. You are supposed to leave a line. Say why? Because there are some people who end up writing it over here, and at the other end, there's a point which has got, the usage of 4 to 5 lines. Alright, what happens over here is there are some stupid people who don't understand that they write fifth point from here somewhere, and the fifth point from the next question they write it from here somewhere. So everything in the first column is different and everything in the second column is different, which makes no sense. If it is distinguished, it has to be compared right in front only. Understood? So after writing one whole point, you are supposed to leave one whole line. One whole line is to be left, and then you are supposed to write on the next line. Alright, you cannot just unmatch the order. Alright, it will become mismatch. Rohit Saraf will come out and beat you, along with mostly same. Next is, we got all these questions in the form of activities. Make sure activity questions has to be written with full-fledged objectives. Alright, that means if there's a question which has been asked to you over here in the form of fill in the blanks, and there are two things given on the side, you need to write down the two things also to conclude it to the point where they have asked you a question. Alright, you cannot just draw a table and wherever the blanks are empty you're supposed to fill it, but draw the whole table and make it more presentable, which will help you fetch marks. Alright, then we move on to the questions. Certain questions need your underlining and presentation to the level best. Okay, do not go to Xerox shop and bring a Xerox while your examination is going on. It will make no sense. Do not make a diagram like this, because again it would make no sense. Okay, and over there while you are writing down all these things, mention A is for this, B is for this, C is for this, D is for this, E and F respectively. Alright, over here, diagram drawn here are just for understanding purpose. Don't draw in exam unless they are asked. जब तक आप पूछेंगे नहीं तब तक आपको बनाने का नहीं है. Filaments of stamen: B is calyx, C is corolla, D is ovary, E is style, F is stigma. But could you just see there's an explanation been given on the side? If they have asked, you can explain it. If they have not asked, do not do anything for free. Alright, charge for everything. Alright, then we have got over here certain questions in the form of explain the following figure. You have to explain it. Explain the following symbols. You again need to explain it. Alright, and these are my favorite symbols. I'm gonna make it my brand logo for sure, because these questions have been asked in board exam quite a many times. Alright, and if in future if you have to give someone a token of love, you can give the symbols to them, because the symbols have been so pavitra that the work that someone is doing will bring fortune to them. Next we have got advantages and disadvantages and limitation and everything. You gotta write it in the form how you know it. Alright, you can write in the form of distinguish also if you want to. Making your paper more presentable is what should be your main motto while you write science 2, history and geography. These papers are going to be your biggest best friends to score great marks and to increase your percentage. You should not take a chance of not making it presentable. It has to be 210% looking like a fab cake, which you were not expecting that your dad was about to bring on your birthday, but he brought it in such a manner that you are so happy that you need to hug him, you need to kiss him, so that you can express gratitude. So this is what I expect. You need to show it in your science 2 paper too. Alright. Then we move on to the next question, that is in brief answers, leave one line after every main point to bring a clear and neat presentation. Yeah, this is very important. Why is it important? Because in brief answer, while you write down certain points which are more than 8 points or 9 points or 10 points, do not write it like this. Somebody who's not interested, like an examiner who's being drunkard, who doesn't understand, who has got a hangover and in the morning he's just taking the paper, who you just puke out after looking at this, like what is written in this manner. So you can live a line and write. Living a line and writing will bring no loan on your body, because you have already paid the 450 rupees amount to the examination, examination people. Yes, so they will not charge you any loan. They will not ask you for your kidneys if you are asking for an extra supplement. You can live a line and write down brief. The more presentable the paper will look, the more is your chance to get marks. Alright, yes. Moving on further ahead, we have got questions coming on from question number 4. This is my favorite diagram. When I'll buy a bungalow, I'm gonna make a nameplate of this diagram because this is very important diagram. This has been asked quite a many times. It does not make sense if you laugh because I am so goddamn sure that there's gonna be a question reflecting in your Monday's paper. So please make sure that if you have a bungalow, you just make sure it is your nameplate. That's it. Box activities need to be need to be done in the box, and also at the same time, there are ample of things which I need to discuss with you. This whole video is not enough. I'm telling you, I'm requesting you. We are going to be presenting a lot of paper, a lot of things in the next videos. In the very next video, you'll find out how I did the paper presentation and what all unique things I've applied while writing science to paper. I request you to make sure that if you have not subscribed my channel, you should do it. It's absolutely free. And do like, share, and comment, and let me know how was this video. Until we meet, all the very best. Thank you so much.